The first ever episode of the Rick and Morty Anime just aired. Hot Topic's gonna have a field day with this one, guys. I know I'm kind of late to the party, but I just found out there's a Rick and Morty Anime. A breath of fresh air if you live in New Orleans. Now, when I tell you that I was squinting my eyes throughout the entirety of the first episode, I am not kidding. I felt like I was watching Cartoon Network's Problem Solvers all over again, bro. Like, did the animation department not even think for a second to blur out the backgrounds? Everything drawn was crystal clear in the worst way imaginable. I couldn't even focus my eyes on one thing. Now, I've said this before, but I am no animator myself, despite my interest when I was younger.
Hi, so it was election class.
So if you want, take my critiques with a grain of salt here, but there's almost like a lack of dimension here that made this the most uncomfortable 20 minutes I've ever had to endure watching any anime. To play devil's advocate though, I'll say this. I personally don't think the characters themselves look that terrible as people are making them out to be. In fact, it's as complimentary to the original show as you can get for an anime spinoff. It's just that every layer put together looks like an MS Paint horror show. To say some good things about the anime though, there was this Hydra monster design that I thought was kind of cool, and the opening theme song was kind of hard. That's all I got. That's all I got. Those two things were the peak of this show that somewhat stood out to me. Say what you want, but I don't care about tuning in for episode 2. I'd be lying to you if I said I glazed the original series because I never did. I've seen a bunch of episodes from it though, and I thought it was pretty alright. With all that being said, I was completely unbiased coming into this, trust me, but it was very hard to be open-minded when my eyes were literally begging me to stop watching and just to keep like working on my other scripts. I hate to hop on the bandwagon here and share the same opinion as everyone else, but if people are truly outraged about how terrible this anime looks, then maybe there's some validity to what they're saying. I don't know. I would be extremely surprised if they renewed this series for a season 2. Like, I bet my left nutsack if they ever make another season, they're cooked. I'm pretty sure for contractual reasons though, they already have the entirety of season 1 fleshed out. They were just testing out the waters and they got ate by a fucking shark. Okay, I just looked it up. Apparently this was intended to only run for like 10 episodes anyway, so I take it back. If you're a Rick and Morty fan, I'd love to hear what you think about this. I did read a couple of comments, but not a lot, so maybe there are some people out there who actually enjoyed it. I mean, critics on IGN and IMDb didn't give it a terrible score, so I'm kind of surprised about that. But enough yapping, let me delve into the quote-unquote story of this episode real quick. I'll briefly mention that this was definitely legally watched in Japanese because there were no other translation options available. So imagine trying to watch an already convoluted story on English sub. I know that the show isn't completely at fault for this, but it took me a minute to figure out what they were trying to do here. They tackled another one of those alternate reality premises, which I think is perfectly fine. I think this genre of story can be very entertaining if done right. Heck, one of my favorite movies of all time, Donnie Darko, does this. Yet everything else on screen was so distracting that I had to rewatch and read a synopsis myself just to understand what the hell was going on. Which is funny because that's literally the whole point of what I'm supposed to do in this channel. I didn't know what was going on. Speaking of distracting, whoever audio engineered the trailer for this must have endured some sort of hearing loss or something in the past. I mean, I seriously refuse to believe this video was handed to a corporate number of people and nobody said a mention of how unbearably loud everything but the dialogue is. Like, was this a student project or something? You know it's bad when even the audience realizes how shitty the mixing is. The average person doesn't even know what that is. Anyways, going back to the plot. Oh wait, I still don't even understand it. Like, who is this bitch? I don't know, but they love each other, I guess. Is there a reason for Morty being a politician? I don't know, you tell me. Why is Morty's head on a snow globe? My little cousin could make more sense than this shit. Why was this even made in the first place? What was the intent here? It's not even the first time Rick and Morty plays around with this concept either. They've recycled the same episode about like freaking 5 times already, no joke. If you're starting off a brand new spin-off on the show, then why would you start with this idea you've done like a million times? I get that Rick and Morty contains many themes of space throughout the series, and it's totally cool and fitting to make these characters bend the fabric of space-time. The problem arises when you milk the concept more than this guy milks Mr. Beast. We get it. I'm like truly astonished at how badly the Rick and Morty anime attempts to be Rick and Morty. Like, how do you fail at being the successor of your own cartoon? It's insane. To be fair though, I saw no mention of Justin Roiland's name in the opening credits, so maybe it's like a
Steven Hillenburg
situation in terms of handing over the rights to produce something. Regardless, it's not that deep. This anime kind of sucks so far. Maybe it'll get better as more episodes air, but as of right now though, I don't think I can watch another abomination like this. Be patient. I have multiple videos in the works right now. I'm not the most consistent YouTuber on the planet, I know, but I work on this like it's my 9 to 5. So please subscribe. We're practically at 500 subscribers. Love ya.